All right, so this is my first ever commentary video. I have been wanting to do one of these for a really long time, but I just suck at speaking. So we're going to give this a shot and see if I could put together something that you guys would potentially enjoy. And I've got a few topics that I'd like to take a look at in today's video, specifically life as a college life as a YouTuber. A lot of the times people think like, oh, just being in college and being a YouTuber are kind of two separate things, but also it typically they kind of merge together. And I have some really funny stories. I really try to keep my life and my online life separated as much as possible. Typically, I do that because I'm not really doing YouTube full time. I am a college student, so I should probably keep those separate. And that just helps with a lot of things. But unfortunately, sometimes they just naturally get out. And a lot of my friends now know that I am a YouTuber, which is kind of fun. And it's not that big of a deal now since I've face revealed, but the idea of not being face revealed and some people knowing who I was and then potentially being able to dox me is not ideal. So I'm glad I face revealed, and that was one of the decisions why I even face revealed in the first place. But I have a few stories. One in particular is how my entire class found out that I was a Minecraft YouTuber, which is typically something really hard to do because it's not like high school where you have the same class for an entire year. It's mostly you have the same class for a semester and that's it. And I don't really show up to class that much, so I'm not a great role model when it comes to showing up to class. But so don't follow in my footsteps in that aspect. But pretty much, I go to class and I'm getting ready for the day, and there's a questionnaire. Basically, at the very start of class, they're like, "Yo, you should fill out this Canvas kind of discussion page." And if you're familiar with Canvas, there's basically a discussion page that allows you to write a little bit of message to everybody in the class. This exercise was to primarily make sure that all of our classmates kind of got to know each other. Now, I've had a lot of these discussions in my day, and if I'm going to be totally honest, I don't really pay attention to them. I submit one, maybe like just fill the word limit, and then it goes away into the ether, never to be seen again. But so that's what I was like, I'll be fine. I'll just submit this and it'll be no big deal. So I kind of got a little creative, a little cocky. I was like, might as well, if no one's going to see this, put my channel. And not only put my channel, but link my channel in the discussion post. So it's actually diabolical why I even thought this was a good idea. But basically, I went ahead and drafted up, hey, my name is Rocklin, I'm engineering, this is cool. And by the way, I have a YouTuber, and here's my channel. So I posted this discussion, not thinking anybody would see it. And then I started getting like email after email from Canvas. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess a lot of people, like assignments are coming out. But it wasn't assignments. It was people replying to my discussion. And they were like, no way, you're a YouTuber? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So class rolls around and I walk in. I'm sitting with the same people that I've sat with since day one. And we're like talking, we're chopping it up. And then like all of a sudden this guy walks up and he's like, dude, wait, you're Rocklin? And I was like, yeah, my name is Rocklin. And he's like, dude, you're the YouTuber? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, did that really spread around fast? And then my entire table knew. And then a lot of people in my class started finding out. And that was really awkward. That was really, really awkward. But basically that kind of word kind of spread pretty fast. And something that I probably shouldn't have done, but it turned out to be a funny and fun story, and people kind of vibed with it. So another story, so I have a few stories because I've been in college for about 3 years now. This is my senior year, so I've got a lot of stories when it comes to people finding out that I'm a YouTuber. And one of the stories is I meet this random guy at the gym. Fast forward to last year, I've been working out a lot, going to the gym constantly, and I'm actually in the gym. I normally just put my headphones in and just get a lift in because I don't really like people talking to me or socializing, even though I do like socializing sometimes. But in the gym, I'm there to get it done and get out. So I'm at the gym, I'm hitting my bench press, everything is going great according to plan, hit a new PR. No, I'm just kidding, I never hit PRs. Anyway, so I'm in the gym and this guy, he's like sitting across from me. So I'm doing a bench press and he's doing like a row machine. And we're just like, sitting at each other and he starts staring at me. And I'm like, dude, what is this guy doing? Like, what does he want, bro? I was like, "What is he staring like past me? Like, is you know when you get in that zone where you just kind of like zone out when you're working out? So like sometimes I thought that he was doing that, but he wasn't. He was just staring directly at me. And I was like, what is going on with this guy? Finally, he walks up and he's like, hey, are you? And then he says my brother's name. And my brother and I are twins, but we're not identical. We're fraternal, and we can pretty much tell each other apart very well. And I was like, no, that's actually not me. My name is Rockland. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm my brother's twin. And he's like, okay, that's awesome. That's really cool. And then he was still looking at me weird, and we were just kind of like talking. It was like this weird vibe. It was like, felt like something was off. And I was like he felt like really nervous and kind of jittery. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? So eventually I'm like, hey, dude, well, it was really great meeting you. And this other guy walked up. It was really great meeting you. We'll see you later. And so I walk out of the gym. I finish my workout. And then I go grab some food afterwards at Blaze's Pizza, which is a phenomenal pizza place. And I'm going there, and I'm grabbing some food. And I turn to my right, and I see the same guy with his friend there at the pizzeria. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, They look at me and I wave and I grab my pizza and I walk up and I'm like, yo, hey, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you guys. That's such a coincidence that we're all here. And he's like, yeah, man, that's so cool. And so we just kind of started talking, chopping it up as it were. And we're just talking about whatever. And then eventually he's like, bro, dude, I got to show you this Instagram page because it's like hilarious. And I was like, okay, yeah, let me see it. And keep in mind, while this was happening, they were still like really awkward. Like, I don't know what it was, but like they were just like acting weird around me. And like I could kind of tell that they knew that I had a YouTube channel. It was really weird, but like they were just acting weird around me. And so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And so he shows me this Instagram page and he's like typing in the search menu on Instagram homepage or search page. And as he's typing in, I see his previous searches, and in his previous Instagram like account searches was my Mr. Cube account. It was my Mr. Cube Instagram account, and I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous. They at no point did they say, yo, are you a YouTuber or do you do YouTube or anything like that? At no point did they say this. So I'm like, dude, what the heck? I don't even point it out. I just kind of let it simmer for a little bit, and like his face starts to turn red, and then I'm like, do you guys like know I'm a YouTuber? And then both of them were like looked at each other and were like, yeah. And I was like, bro, like why didn't you tell me? Like that's so strange. I don't know. It was that was like a really weird interaction, but eventually actually that me and that guy actually became we got to know each other a little bit better, and we started going on runs and stuff like that. But it was just like so funny that like like why didn't you just if you guys see me on the street or whatever and you're like, dude, that's a guy's YouTuber, come up, say hi. And I'm sure that goes for every single YouTuber out there. Like people want you to introduce yourselves to them, because it's always a pleasure. And so I don't know. That was two crazy college stories. I have some more, but there's just a lot of stuff that goes on in college. And so yeah, I guess okay, yeah. Well, that was my first commentary video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Taking inspiration from Rekrap 1. If this isn't good, then just let me know. Also, if you want me to answer any questions or anything like that, post them in the comments below. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this consistently, but I'll try my best to post whenever I want. And hopefully I get better at this so I can start making more of these if you all like them. So yeah, anyway, okay. All right. Bye-bye.